So, ever since EVO, a lot of fans have been pretty excited for the new update that's coming, and within the past week or so, they have been giving us some follow-up information on that. For those who somehow missed it, a BBTAG 2.0 demo will be playable at the end of this month at CE Otaku, so be sure to try it out if you're able to go. There's also demos of Uniclear and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus there as well, so all of their games that they're developing and publishing, or the ones that are coming out soon, they're there. Be sure to check them out. Alright, so BBTAG right now looks like it's in a really good spot. Honestly, I think that this is the best that it's been since last year. The way that BBTAG 2.0 is being promoted and marketed really makes me think that this is like, they're treating it like a relaunch, like they're relaunching the game pretty much. And they actually are going to be relaunching the game in Japan with a new special edition, and it's also getting a new physical 2.0 relaunch in Europe. I haven't heard anything about a new physical version for the US, but honestly, I think that that might be for the best. At launch last year, a lot of people were upset about main characters being missing, and the thing is, at this point, no matter who the last 5 are, there's still going to be at least a few more missing characters at 2.0's launch. I just don't want them to literally repeat themselves and to relaunch the game here, with the same issue that it had at its, original launch last year. But regardless, just the fact that they're doing it in Japan and in Europe really sets the game up to pull in more players and to continue to have more characters come as DLC. From a business perspective, it doesn't make any sense at all to relaunch this game pretty much and to not monetize it afterwards. And I like, at least to me, that's like the most exciting part of this, because we see the effort is there with the update. They're giving us, the interactions, they're adding a new story chapter, they're doing like a lot of things in that, when it comes to actually working on the game, but then their marketing is also backing it up. And that's what really makes me think that, okay, they're committed to this game long term, or, they are committed to this game for the next, like, year, maybe 2 years or so. And that's what makes me excited. Yo, Zin, what's up, dude? Well, alright, all I'm gonna say is this. When it comes to Ultimax characters getting in, the data mine does have the announcer naming the Ultimax roster. That's one thing. Another thing is that on the BBTAG Japanese website, there's like a section of the website where they talk about all the franchises that are in the game, and the new ones that are coming, like Senran Kagura. And yeah, they do reference Ultimax. They do reference Persona 4, what the Ultra Suplex, whatever they called it in Japan, they do reference the sequel game there. And I think that that's like the first time that they referenced it, but it's there. It's there now, just saying. So unless they wasted money on having those Ultimax characters named in the roster, we're going to get Ultimax at some point. Either they wasted money or we are going to get those characters. At least, a good number of those characters. Let me see here. So yeah, ARC has been doing a pretty good job with making sure that their marketing is nice and clear, and just from looking on Twitter, it looks like a lot of people appreciate that. Yeah, Star. So for Persona 4, just to be clear, for Persona 4 Arena, so you have Persona 4 Arena, you have Ultimax, and then in Japan, it's like Persona 4 the Ultimate, and then the sequel to it is like Ultra Suplex Hold or something like that. And yeah, they do reference the sequel game as of now on the website. Alright, let me just double check the rest of the comments really quick, and then I'm going to get into the character predictions. I know that I made some predictions on the last major discussion stream, but I wanted to give a quick update just because there's been a lot of conflicting information that I've seen and that I've heard since then. And that, you know, I just want to give a little bit of an update. Hopefully I can be a bit more accurate. Alright, so let me just check the comments really quick. Alright, looks like I didn't miss anything. But yeah, if you guys want to add anything, just at me, just so that makes it easier for me to see. Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, there's been some contradicting information, just different things that have come up that make me kind of doubt my initial thoughts on who the last 5 characters would be. I mentioned to you guys before, just like a few different details here that I've seen on Twitter. Fame said that there are some good picks that are coming up in the character, in like, you know, the next character pack, and he seemed like he was talking about the 5 that will be revealed next week, mainly because when asked about the other leak, the characters that we got at EVO, he claimed that he didn't know about those characters, or he claimed that what he had heard was not that, right? So that kind of suggests that when he's saying, oh, I'm excited for these characters, these are good picks, he's talking about the 5 that are going to be coming out or released in the trailer, you know, revealed next week. Also, there is this one person on Twitter, this one dude who keeps on asking for Nanase, Celica, and Akane, like, just goes on about those 3 characters. And he asked Fame if they were going to be in the pack, and all he said was just no. We don't know if that no was like, no, those 3 characters are not all in the pack, or no, not a single one of those characters are in the pack. We don't know if it was, you know, like exactly how that was supposed to be meant to be taken, you know. And lastly, I don't know, just with the things that I've seen, I'm thinking that it's possible that maybe Fame got some incorrect information. Maybe he's just going to say anything to not spoil the reveal. At this point, it's all up in the air. And honestly, I'm just going to take it with a grain of salt. Now, recently, Arxis Japan tweeted out a couple of pics of the new acrylic stands that are going to be on sale at TGS, which is going on right now, and they are on sale there right now, as far as I know. And they had BBTAG stands that were... They had the BBTAG stands that were there, and they had the character art for them. They had, like, stands that were just character art from BBTAG. And they also had what they labeled as BlazBlue Versus stands. Now, it just so happened that all the characters labeled under the BlazBlue Versus, they were also characters that were in BBTAG. So many people jumped to the conclusion that because Terumi and Celica are there, that they are the next 2 BlazBlue reps. And honestly, that'd be really hype, but I just want to point out that they also had a silhouette for another character stand there in the BlazBlue Versus category. And to me, it looks like Mew 12, who isn't too popular like a character that people have been requesting for BBTAG. Noelle is popular in Japan, so it kind of makes sense that they make a stand for her, you know, like in her true form. But still, regarding Terumi and Celica, why would they spoil part of their own reveal ahead of time? If they were going to be revealed at TGS, which is going on right now, it'd make sense, at least in my opinion, but they're not. And they, you know, they already confirmed that all 5 characters are being revealed for the first time next week on their special Arcnama stream. I just think that the fact that both Terumi and Celica have those acrylic stands, I think that makes it clear that Arc is aware that those are popular characters. So there's that. But I will say that at this point, since people are excited over them, if it's not them or like any popular picks from BlazBlue, then it would be pretty disappointing, just considering the circumstances. They're definitely possible, but they're not guaranteed. Also, just like a side note, as much as I like Celica, and I have like a pin on my Twitter of like the 4 characters that I've been waiting for that still aren't in the game. It was like from like last year. Still aren't in the game, but it's whatever. Hopefully they get in soon. And Celica is there. But I'll just say this. Honestly, part of me wants Bullet to come in now over Celica just because I want to play Bullet with Kanji. I just don't have like a partner for Kanji that I really want to play. So I don't know. Part of me wants Bullet over Celica, as weird as that is. But I'm not saying it should happen. I'm just saying that part of me wants that. I still think that Celica is definitely more likely. Alright, then, okay. Yeah, no, I was looking to see if you would post your predictions, somewhere in the comments, but I guess not. But yeah, like, it's bound to happen that, we'll have different predictions, bro. Different minds. Alright. I will say that the big thing that made me rethink who the last 5 would be is the fact that they're going to be revealing them all at once. Because that's something I did not expect. I told you guys, hey, they might do like 2 characters a month, 2 in September, 2 in October, 1 in November, like at the beginning of November. That's what I was thinking. But nope, they're doing all 5 next week. And I was not expecting that. The other thing is that they're doing it all on their own live stream as well. And I don't know, like, maybe they just want to space out the Guilty Gear news from the BBTAG news, since Guilty Gear seems to be their main focus at TGS. Maybe they don't want the characters to leak like they did before the EVO reveal. Because, yeah, like, a couple of days before EVO Grand Finals for BBTAG, we already had the names of the characters. If they did reveal it at TGS, they'd likely have to go through some process to, verify the trailer, give it to someone so that, they can look over it and everything is prepared and ready for when it's their time on stage or whatever. And of course, if they go through all that, that process, it's possible that someone could leak it. Part of me was also worried that they're just going with unpopular picks, and that's why they're doing it on their own live stream. But looking at the characters that have been revealed this year, they've been going with popular picks most of the time. Naoto and Seth were pretty highly requested. Arcana Heart fans had actually asked Examu to, if they could have the franchise join BBTAG. Sin and Kagura fans finally are getting their characters in a fighting game, and it won't be just one. Under Night and Akatsuki BlitzConf fans, they got Akatsuki and the Tank. Had a brain fart there for a second. They got Akatsuki and the Tank to join, and I know that the Uni fans, as much as they like Akatsuki, they didn't expect for him to come to BBTAG. And Ruby fans got the most requested character that a lot of us didn't even think was going to be coming to this game. So, given that, and given how they're promoting the game and how the marketing has been pretty good recently, I'll assume that they're going with mostly popular picks in this pack too. And then there's like a pool of characters that I think that they should be picking from, but okay, let me double check the comments really quick, and then I'm going to get to that. Okay. Alright, so first, Johto. I honestly disagree with that. I don't think Granblue and Guilty Gear are gonna be the 2 games that replace BBTAG, and I say that because primarily there's two different teams. Now they work with each other, but primarily there's Team Red and there's Team Blue. Team Blue usually handles the sprite-based games. Team Red usually handles the 2.5D, style games. So, Guilty Gear is an Arc IP, but I think that Arc, I don't see any reason for them to be slowing down with BBTAG, because like I said, they're pretty much relaunching the game. If they relaunch a game, or let's just say a company launches a game, right, and they know they can monetize it afterwards, it wouldn't make sense for them to not have some way to do that, right? And in this case, it's the DLC characters, and there's a lot of characters that are still left. There's a lot of characters that people still really want in the game. I highly doubt that their focus is gonna shift away from BBTAG so soon after, this relaunch. Okay, yeah, Star, I do agree. People do flock depending on tiers. Thor. Okay, so that's actually, honestly, that was my thought as well. If Arc reveals their characters for this update that's coming out late November, if they reveal those characters too soon, what are they going to have between now and then what are they going to have, afterwards? And honestly, I think that with how they're handling everything, I don't think the pacing of everything is like that bad. And I say that because it looks like their goal is to take the game around with them and, to continue the whole BBTAG tour pretty much. They'll take the game with them, and then the demo will be there, playable, whatever events that they happen to be at, right? And I don't think all 9 characters will be playable at the end of this month. I'm pretty sure they won't be. I'm pretty sure. I know that, some people are like, wow, they kind of tease that there will be more than the 4 characters that they already revealed that are playable at the end of this month, but personally, I'm not gonna... I don't know. They might have one more character, maybe, but I think that it's gonna be okay, well, gradually over time, we're gonna see, the gameplay for the last, 4 or so characters between now and Arc Revo, and then, I don't know. Even if they don't have an announcement to make at Arc Revo for BBTAG specifically, I mean, the update comes out a few days afterwards. I don't think there's too much reason to, need to have an announcement for BBTAG there, but I do think that EVO Japan, I think it's likely they'll make another announcement at EVO Japan. It seems like that's their pattern, and that would actually be around 2 months after the BBTAG 2.0 update has come out. So that's not too long of a time to wait, honestly. I mean, we get 9 characters, you mess around with them for 8 weeks, and then you get the announcement for more characters. I don't think that's too bad of a timetable, in my opinion. Alright, so yeah, moving on. This is the pool of characters that I think they should be picking from, mainly because of their popularity and the fact that most of these characters are main characters that still aren't yet in the game. So for BlazBlue, I say Terumi, Celica, Kokonoe, and Hibiki. And Terumi and Hibiki especially, those 2 characters are popular, and I'll even say Celica as well. Those 3 characters are popular both in Japan and here in the West. And I don't think it'd be too hard to transfer them over in terms of their movesets and make them fun to play. Just my opinion. So I think that those are likely picks, but, we'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, Kokonoe. Kokonoe Kokonoe is the character that people think they would have to work with in terms of making her moveset, you know, good in this game, making it like it is in her home game, but not making her stupid, you know? To still make her play the same, but to have her good and to not be dumb. Like, it's just those three combination of things that I've heard people are worried about, but she is a main character. A lot of people have been asking for her, you know. For Ruby, I think it's just between Pyrrha, Adam, and Cinder. That's just my, you know, intuition there for Ruby. I'm not sure if we're getting a Ruby character in this next pack, and I'm going to tell you why in just a few minutes here. Or actually just a minute. I'll get to that, yeah, in just like a minute. But those are the three that I'm thinking are likely for Ruby. For Arcana Heart, just like I've seen some of you guys say in the comments, yeah, pretty much what, Saki, or no, Heart's friends, Saki and Weiss. And I would also say Petra. There's been, I've seen some people asking for Petra. And then, of course, there's the villain, Scarlecrot. But I just think at this point, it's a bit too early to be talking about, okay, well, we're going to get the villain in before we have, like, the major characters, you know? So I'll say it's between Saki, Weiss, and Petra. For Cinder and Kagura, it has to be Asuka. Like, it has to be Asuka. If we get another SK rep in this pack, dude, like, it needs to be Asuka, because a lot of people were upset that she wasn't the first pick. A lot of people really, you know, were looking forward to her joining this game. She's been in the data mine, she was in the game's files, like, what, in the beta files? And we still don't, you know, they haven't said anything about her, you know? So, hopefully she is. If she's not in this pack, then she's coming, you know, really soon afterwards. We'll have to wait and see. Also, just a heads up, I do plan on having a big Cinder and Kagura discussion, hopefully around the end of this month, talking about why I honestly believe that this is a good franchise for, you know, join BBTAG, and why Cinder and Kagura itself just has, like, a lot of untapped potential. I've seen that a lot. Like, a lot of people have said that in the Discord. They've been saying, you know, it hasn't done much, right? And I've been looking into the lore and everything, so I really want to talk about that later this month. And then, of course, the characters that need to be in BBTAG from that franchise. From Persona, I would say Rise, Adachi, Elizabeth, Margaret, and Marie. Rise, because obviously, you know, major Persona 4 character. Adachi, major Persona 4 character, villain. Elizabeth, because we need a Velvet Room rep, and she's like a highly requested, she's the most requested Velvet Room character, but I'm thinking it's between Margaret and Marie, because funny enough, I don't know, like, I see the Persona fanbase say that they dislike Marie, but in terms of the character popularity for joining BBTAG, Marie has always been more requested than Margaret. So, you know, I don't know if both would have the chance of getting in. Honestly, I think it would be either or. Just saying. My personal pick would be Marie, but that's just me. I played Golden, so, you know. And then for Uni, I would say Hilda, Nanase, and Wagner. Those seem to be the characters that a lot of people have been asking for. I do see people asking for Phonon. You know, there's not even that many left outside of them. There's like Phonon, Byakuya, and Enkidu, because Chaos is a public character. So, you know, the pool is really small for Uni, but those are the three that I see a lot. Now let me check the comments, and I'm going to cover a couple of scenarios that I think are likely when it comes to the reveal next week. Just 1 second. Okay, yeah, Astro. See, that's the thing. Apparently, like, I'm just now trying to get into the SK lore and everything, and learn about Cinder and Kagura, just so, like, I know about the characters and everything. And yeah, apparently Yumi has been, like, in Japan, she's, like, the poster girl, from what I hear. But here in the West, or outside of Japan, a lot of people consider Asuka to be the main protagonist, even though Japan kind of wants to treat it, you know, act otherwise. And yeah, I agree. A lot of people are divided on Marie. I like her, but I never played the vanilla Persona 4. I only played Golden, so I'm biased. But just letting you guys know, I would love to see Marie come to this game. Garudan, okay. Alright, well, I have not spent that much time with Uni, so I am not sure, like, I'm not sure exactly how Chaos works, but if he's not like Carl is, if he's more like how Celica is in BlazBlue, which, she's more of a Persona character in BlazBlue. Like, people want to say Persona characters, they have puppets, but no, like, they both don't move at the same time. Like, it's either one moving or the other. Except for Kin. Kin has a dog. He has his persona, his dog, and his dog's persona. Very puppet character. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, Garadine. Oh man, I don't know. I'd be kind of worried about Kin getting in BBTAG, bro. Dude, like I was just saying, it would be him on point, his dog, his persona, his dog's persona, and then your second character. Bro, oh my god, that could be ridiculous. Alright. So moving on, I think that there's a couple of scenarios that I think are likely. Just from looking at the way the current, Diamond with the 5 mystery slots looks, I'm thinking that the last 5 could be Pyrrha, Terumi, Celica, Elizabeth, and Saki. The colors on them, if you put them all in the Diamond, they wouldn't exactly be symmetrical. There's no way to make it look exactly symmetrical if you had those characters, but it would still look good aesthetically, in my opinion anyway. And the next scenario, it's kind of like this is just a hunch, but I think that this is more likely. I think that they're going to change the character positions in the Diamond in the next trailer so that the BlazBlue reps will be at the top and the bottom of the Diamond. Right now, we have a Ruby rep at the top, and everyone assumes, oh hey, there's going to be another Ruby rep at the bottom. And yeah, that does make sense. But I don't know. I just have a hunch that the next reveal, it's going to be like, okay, well, now Neo goes into a different slot, and then BlazBlue reps are at the top and bottom. Just a hunch. And then, yeah, the rest of the franchises will each get a rep, and they will be in the middle, and it would look like a collage of colors. Like, I don't have a visual here, but you guys can probably imagine what I'm talking about. And I think that really fits the aesthetic of BBTAG, and like the kind of reveals that we've been seeing lately, where they have like a surprise to them. I think that that's a pretty decent possibility. And if that is the case, then I think it would be a unique character, maybe Nanase taking Pyrrha's place, or if they really want to, it could be, and I don't know, this is just me going out on a limb, if they really want to, it could be Saki and a second Arcana Heart character in this pack that takes that same slot. I think it'd be nice if Arcana Heart fans did get 2 more reps in this pack, because as a Ruby fan, I know how they feel waiting forever for their next rep, because we waited until now for our next rep. So I can only, but we already had 4. We started off with 4. They only have 1. I can only imagine that they're kind of worried about the representation in this game. So I hope they get, just throw them a bone. Give them at least, for sure, like at least 1 rep, but if you give them 2, that'd be great. Alright, let me just go to the comments really quick. Alright. Then yeah, that's pretty much it for the discussion. That wraps it up right there. I'm going to get in a few more sets, and I'm going to call it a day.